Looked at in a global arc, the results that we've seen over the past several months suggest a massive pushback against incumbents. Where does that place Modi's victory? I mean, he came down from 303 to 240, but to me it looks that much more incredible when all incumbents are being wiped out, including Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, for the Prime Minister to be able to ensure, I mean, with a reduced majority and with coalition partners, to stay on in power. How do you see this push that we're seeing globally against incumbency?
Yeah, I mean, the global anti-incumbent feeling is extraordinary. You know, there's a data analysis done in Europe where they took the voting patterns over the last 120 years, and there has never been a year like this one, this last 12 months, where every incumbent party that was up for election in the industrialized world lost. And pretty much every incumbent party throughout the world suffered significant setbacks or was voted out of office. Modi is probably the most important exception. I think there are one or two others, but is the most important exception. Now, why did it happen? The first thing fundamentally one has to say is India does not have a two-party system. And if there had been a two-party system where every BJP person was up against one non-BJP MP, it is likely that the BJP would have lost power. Because what happened in India is the anti-incumbency vote often got divided between two or three major parties. So that's number one. But the second is, you're right, Modi has bucked the trend because I think he is personally very popular, even though there's a feeling of anti-incumbency, things have been too chaotic, inflation was high, COVID was not handled well. He has somehow managed to maintain the sense of trust and connection with the Indian people. And it's because at the end of the day, Modi is still seen by Indians as something of an outsider. You know, he's seen as somebody who came from outside the world of political elites, and which is true. He is really, in many ways, the first genuine outsider to become Prime Minister of India. And that, you know, it's a testament to his skill that despite being Prime Minister for 10 years, he's still viewed that way. But that, I think, is the key to the places where you have seen success. So if you look at the United States over the last 20 years, there have been two figures who have dominated American politics, Barack Obama and Donald Trump. They're totally different except in one respect. They're both outsiders to the political system.
Looked at from the outside, what are you making of Modi 3.0? We look at it from inside and very closely, but when you zoom out and see from your perch, how are you seeing Modi 3.0 being different from what we've seen the past 10 years?
The most interesting thing, which was sort of predictable, I suppose, is that you see a renewed determination and emphasis on getting the politics right. I think Modi viewed the dramatic loss of his majority as a wake-up call. So if you look at the various state elections, the BJP is utterly organized, determined, driven. They're outspending the opposition by even more. I mean, maybe they were outspending them by 5 to 1. Now they're outspending them by 10 to 1. So you see the political determination of Modi coming through very strongly. But in policy terms, actually, what I'm struck by is the continuity. Modi is, doubling down on the growth agenda. He is continuing to try to push infrastructure, all those things. So, which is actually very welcome, because I think what you're seeing is a much greater sense that, there's not the elections did not result in him saying, okay, I'm going to abandon all this because it might be disruptive, or I'm going to entirely go to pandering, populist politics of giving away freebies. It's not that. There is a real growth agenda, and I think India benefits from it. On the social side, in terms of Muslims, minorities, rule of law, judiciary, again, I don't see much change one way or the other. So in a way, with Modi, you see what you get, and people who are hoping you get a softer, gentler Modi on issues like minorities, I don't see that, but I don't see any. He seems to have a formed view politically in that way, and it's playing out.